What did you initially think when you heard that Mike Tyson was going to be getting in the ring with Jake?
I was thinking that Jake Paul was going to be in trouble.
Mike Tyson knows how to defend himself, and he's boxing against a guy that not as good as boxer as he is, and Mike Tyson knows how to throw a good punch, he knows how to break you down, so I'm more concerned about the other guy.
Jake Paul, he's on the way to like building a legitimate boxing career. He's having real fights.
Part of it is what it's been from the beginning, you know, trying to be the best fighter he can be and see where that takes him. At the same time, building a promotional company, maybe changing the sport a little bit in his mind too.
In a recent interview, Lennox Lewis shared his thoughts on the upcoming bout between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, revealing a mix of admiration and caution regarding Tyson's return to the ring. Lewis, a former heavyweight champion and a longtime rival and friend of Tyson, didn't hold back on what went through his mind when he first heard the news. He admitted that he was thinking that Jake Paul was going to be in trouble, emphasizing Tyson's legendary skills with body and head shots.
Because, you know, Mike Tyson knows how to throw great body punches, great head shots. And, you know, we just have to see if he's going to do them in the ring. I'm hoping that he'll do that.
He said that Mike Tyson knows how to throw great body punches, great headshots, highlighting the technical prowess that made Tyson one of the most feared fighters of his era. Lewis also reflected on the challenge Tyson faces in coming back to boxing at his age. He said that it's hard to box when you're that old, moving around the ring, throwing punches, and getting punches thrown at you.
It's a task. You know, it's hard to box at when you're that old, moving around the ring, throwing punches, getting punches thrown at you. But I think he can handle it.
At 58, Tyson is no longer in his physical prime, but Lewis believes Tyson still has what it takes to deliver in the ring, saying that he can handle it. Lewis hopes that Tyson will bring the same energy and skill he was known for, adding that we just have to see if he's going to do them in the ring. He is hoping that Tyson will do that. Lewis's comments reflect a broader sentiment within the boxing community, where excitement over Tyson's return is balanced by concern for his well-being in an intense matchup with a younger opponent. Despite the age difference and physical demands, Lewis seems confident that Tyson's experience and technique could prove to be a significant challenge for Paul, as fans eagerly await to see whether Tyson can still unleash the powerful punches that made him a boxing icon. In 2020, Tyson stepped back into the ring for an exhibition match with Roy Jones Jr., but now he's facing a competitor 31 years his junior. Lewis anticipates that Tyson's seasoned experience will serve as his biggest asset in this new challenge. Paul boasts an impressive record of 10 wins from his last 11 fights, with his sole defeat a narrow split decision against Tommy Fury. However, Lewis anticipates that the YouTube star will encounter a tougher test in this upcoming 8th round bout. He added, "I expect to see Mike Tyson just kind of cutting off the ring and throwing body and head blows when he can catch up to Jake Paul. I'm sure Jake Paul will be moving fast, moving around the ring. He's not going to want to stand there and get hit by Mike Tyson. I'll be there, and it's going to be exciting." Lewis stepped away from boxing in 2004 after his last bout against Vitaly Klitschko in the previous year. Now 59, he remains hesitant to follow Tyson's lead in staging a competitive return to the ring. Lewis said, "There's always a tempt. Being a boxer, everybody is always saying, well, when are you going to go back in the ring? I'm like, I've retired. There's a moment of time, and then you've got to leave it alone and go into something else, and that's me." Paul transitioned from YouTube sensation to professional fighter, joining a fresh wave of influencer boxers. Meanwhile, Lewis confessed to having mixed feelings about the fan base and the level of attention these matchups draw. Lewis admitted, "It's good and bad. A lot of boxers that are out there training hard and working and trying to get a shot at the championship don't get a chance. All of a sudden, a YouTuber comes along and gets all the excitement, all the praise, and the money. So in that way, it's not fair." Mike Tyson recently shared new sparring footage as he gears up for next month's showdown with YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul. The clip caught Jake's attention, and judging by his reaction, he seems to be feeling the heat.
You have chocolate.
With the countdown ticking down, both fighters are fully immersed in the last stages of their intense training camps, sharpening every detail to perfection in preparation for the big night. The eagerly awaited clash between these boxing legends is scheduled for November 15th. In the boxing world, Tyson's health has been a focal point of concern as he gears up for the upcoming fight, especially considering the notable age gap between him and his opponent. With Paul standing 31 years Tyson's junior, many fans predict an easy victory for the problem child. Concerns grew when Iron Iron Mike was forced to postpone their originally planned bout earlier this year due to a resurgence of ulcer issues. Mike Tyson's last professional bout was in 2005, when he suffered a loss to Irish boxer Kevin McBride. 4 years ago, though, he made a comeback in the ring for an exhibition match against fellow boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. Now 58, Tyson once dominated the heavyweight division, solidifying his status as one of the most fearsome fighters in boxing history. While Paul amplifies his social media activity in the lead-up to their November clash, Tyson has opted for a quieter, more calculated approach to his training. The 58-year-old boxing legend, however, has recently offered fans a peek into his preparations, sharing select clips from the gym, along with a pointed message aimed at his opponent. In a recent Instagram post, Tyson featured a video of himself pounding the heavy bag, later adding a few intense moments from his sparring sessions. "Oh, I can't wait for November 15th. I'm charging right through you," the caption read. Some doubters believe that Iron Mike may not be fully dedicated to the fight after a surprising disclosure. During a recent conversation with Jimmy Kimmel, the 58-year-old former champion revealed that he's been putting in 6 hours of training each day. "I'm training extremely hard. I do 6 hours a day. I start at 11 a.m. and might leave the gym at 5 p.m., he said. Kimmel looked stunned and replied, "Oh no, 11 a.m.? So that's 6 hours straight? Or is there a lunch break?" The former heavyweight champion admitted there was a small break as a shocked Kimmel gasped, "Oh no, threats are commonplace in the world of boxing. But when they come from Mike Tyson, they demand attention." Jake Paul, the YouTube boxing sensation, is well aware of this, especially after the legendary former heavyweight champion sent a chilling warning on social media yesterday. With just under a month until their much-anticipated clash, fans can expect an explosive night of intense action. Ahead of the big event, Tyson has been showcasing some incredible training clips on social media, giving fans a glimpse of his powerful punches on the bag and his lightning-fast moves in sparring.
Nice left hook. Up.
Was good for today.
Yeah.
I truly believe.
You sure?
Yeah, me
Yes.
too.
Sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yes. Give me the right.
Nope.
Let's do this.
You did great.
We're done.
We're gonna do it.
You sure?
Yes.
Trust me. I got a lot in me. Just getting started.
Less than 24 hours later, it seems the clip made its way to Paul, who has since shared his reaction. Before diving into Paul's response, let's first take a look at Tyson's comments. However, the alert clearly caught Paul off guard, leaving him stunned and flustered when he stumbled upon it online. Taking to his Instagram story, the problem child reacted with a flood of shocked emojis. Paul wasn't alone in his surprise. Several celebrities, Tyson's daughter, and even his business partner weighed in with their own reactions to the video. The video rapidly went viral, attracting the attention of several high-profile individuals. Notably, martial artist and actor Chuck Norris commended Tyson for his remarkable dedication to training, even at the age of 58. "Looking sharp, Mike," the actor wrote. Tyson still has the same threatening appearance and imposing presence now. Tyson 2.0, the brand owned by the boxing legend, recently shared their prediction for the upcoming fight. On Instagram, the company's official account posted, "Ooh, that boy Jake is going to sleep. If things don't go in Paul's favor, maybe Tyson 2.0's products could help him recover faster from the shock of being knocked out." Tyson's daughter, the person who knows him best, also revealed just how seriously he approaches the fight. "Locked-in twin," wrote Milan Tyson. Tyson's family's support may be the biggest factor driving him to defeat Paul. In addition, Mike Tyson has sent a daring message to social media star Jake Paul, promising a knockout punch. With his training camp now in full motion, Tyson is confident he'll be ready for a face-off with Paul. Despite the 31-year age gap between them raising some concerns, the boxing icon remains resolute in his commitment. Tyson has openly shared his struggles, including admitting to difficulty walking following a grueling sparring session. However, his determination remains unshaken as he vows to deliver a knockout blow to Paul. With both fighters approaching the final stretch of their training, the verbal sparring has reached a new intensity, each one taking their insults to bold and unprecedented extremes. Tyson threw a playful yet eerie jab at Paul, wrapping it in a bold promise with a twist of humor. He posted the moment on X, showcasing a clip where inflatable versions of Iron Mike and the Problem Child engaged in fiery banter. Tyson's inflatable avatar boasted, "I can put this little YouTuber to sleep," while Paul retorted with a sharp jab, "You, yeah you, watch me put rusty Iron Mike to sleep, live on Netflix." With the highly anticipated showdown just weeks away, Paul has immersed himself in hours of studying Tyson's recent bouts. He's carefully dissecting the legend's strategy, certain that Tyson's approach will focus on trapping him against against the ropes and unleashing powerful punches from every direction. Discussing his own battle plan, Paul stated confidently, "To just box on the outside and then use my footwork to be more agile and get him chasing me and then attack him when he's out of position. That should frustrate him." As Tyson prepares to face an opponent 31 years younger than him, concerns about his health have emerged. However, two of his toughest past challengers remain confident in his ability to triumph. Both Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis, who handed Tyson defeats during his prime years, have shared their predictions for the upcoming fight. In 2002, just before their highly anticipated clash for the WBC, IBF, IBO, and the ring heavyweight titles, Mike Tyson made headlines by ominously vowing to devour Lennox Lewis's children. However, it was Lewis who would have the last laugh, knocking Tyson out in the 8th round. Over time, the two have put their bitter rivalry behind them. In a surprising twist, Lewis, now affectionately known as the Lion, has openly backed Tyson in his quest to defeat Jake Paul and reclaim some of his former glory. Lewis told Fox 29, "Mike Tyson's gonna win. He's not that old. Don't take him too softly. We're 1 year apart. You could fight somebody like that and do well because the person you're fighting is not a true fighter, and there's 100 things that you've forgotten that he's learning. The age will be a little bit of a determining factor if the fight goes on too long, but if they get close and Mike comes with his 10-second combination, if one of those punches catches Paul, he's definitely gonna go down." In their notorious rivalry of the late 90s, Tyson made headlines for biting off a chunk of Holyfield's ear. However, after retiring from boxing in 2005, he has unexpectedly repaired their once-strained bond. With his return to the spotlight, Holyfield is not only staging his own comeback, but also offering unwavering support to his former adversary. He believes that this time, victory is within reach. Holyfield is backing him to make a powerful resurgence in the ring, where he'll face off against an opponent for the first time since his fateful bout with Kevin McBride, the journeyman who had forced him into retirement years ago. Holyfield told Fight Hub, "I don't know how much confidence that Jake Paul has in all of that, but he's going to be a lot quicker. If he stays close to Mike, then his chance of winning is going to be great. But if he tries to stay back from Mike, he's going to get caught. Mike is like a snake. He'll pop out on you." He added, "He gets there too quickly, but if you charge him, you're going to smother him. He pushes off his legs so he's too close. But if you give him room, everybody gets knocked out going backwards. Give him room, and you're going to be messed up." Tyson is a wealthy man with no financial need to step into the ring again. While some believe his comeback is driven by money, especially with the revelation that he and Paul stand to split a staggering $80 million, Tyson insists his motivation lies in the desire to test himself on the world stage, not in financial gain. "I could be waiting on a check every day from cannabis," he said in September. He added, "That's bullshit for me. I'm a man. I want to go out there and I want to expose myself to risk. Sometimes I want to see who I really am. I want to see what I'm really made out of. I want to perform in front of the world. To me, that's all I ever knew how to do since I was 14. This fight is not going to change my life financially enough. This is just what I want to do." Former lightweight champion Anthony Crolla believes that a Mike Tyson knockout of Jake Paul would make a lot of people in boxing happy. Crolla shared that a victory for Tyson would delight a large portion of the boxing world. He said, "I think it's a bit dangerous. We don't know what kind of place Mike Tyson will be in. He looked great in the exhibition with Roy Jones Jr., but Jake Paul could never lace Mike's gloves when anywhere near his best. He shouldn't be anywhere near Tyson." One thing about Jake Paul is, he does train like a boxer. He puts the effort in, and there's no denying the improvements. While Paul is preparing for the fight with dedication, Crolla has made a surprising revelation that the problem child wouldn't be fazed even if he gets knocked out by the boxing legend. He added, "Yep, he probably wouldn't mind becoming a giffer real. The fight against Tommy, I was more impressed with Jake than Tommy that day, even though I do believe Tommy just nicked it. But Jake is trying his best, having proper training camps." With less than a month until his showdown with Tyson, Paul has dedicated countless hours analyzing the veteran's previous bouts. He expects Tyson will try to corner him against the ropes, looking for opportunities to land punches from various angles. When questioned about his strategy, Paul responded, "To just box on the outside and then use my footwork to be more agile and get him chasing me and then attack him when he's out of position. That should frustrate him." Larry Holmes, the iconic boxer who faced off against Tyson in 1988, recently offered his perspective on the upcoming fight. Speaking openly, Holmes expressed his conviction that Tyson still has the ability to secure a win. "Tyson put me to shame in our fight, and he'll do the same to Jake Paul," Holmes declared. Looking back on his own encounter with Tyson, he remembered fighting fiercely to maintain his footing, only to be floored in the 4th round, a humbling lesson he hopes Jake Paul will take to heart. Holmes contends that Tyson's aggressive fighting style, his remarkable ability to withstand punishment, and his relentless offensive tactics will be the key factors in solidifying his reputation as a formidable formidable opponent. Tyson is still dangerous. He ducks, moves, and gets in close to land powerful body shots. Jake has to be ready for that, Holmes added. The upcoming bout promises to be a high-stakes heavyweight clash, marking a pivotal moment in Jake Paul's career. Known more for his social media presence than his boxing skills, Paul steps into the ring brimming with confidence after his recent victory over Mike Perry. However, he's about to face a true giant in Tyson, a name etched in boxing history as one of the sport's greatest heavyweights. Tyson's unparalleled punching power and indomitable will make him an intimidating force, elevating the drama of this encounter to new heights. Holmes, who faced one of the most devastating knockouts in his career against Tyson, emphasized, "Jake can throw punches, but Tyson will keep coming. If Paul tries to trade punches, he's going to lose." Holmes described Tyson as a relentless fighter, highlighting his unwavering determination inside the ring. He questioned whether the YouTube star could withstand the immense pressure of facing such a formidable adversary. Holmes stated that he has recently observed Tyson's training and is positive that, despite his advanced age, he hasn't slowed down as much as many people might think. "I've seen him train, and he's still got that power. If Jake wants to make it through the fight, he has to be ready for everything Tyson brings," Holmes stated. This fight challenges Jake Paul's ability to take on a true boxing icon, and it also marks Tyson's return to a professional arena. As Holmes said, it'll be a tough night for Jake Paul if he's not careful. The November 15th match is anticipated to be a contest between youth and experience. Tyson disclosed that he was influenced by mushrooms during his iconic bout with Roy Jones Jr. in November 2020. He insists that he will once again tap into those psychedelic sensations when he enters the ring to give problem child Paul a reality check in their forthcoming matchup in Dallas. He said, "If I'm not on mushrooms, I'll be on residue of mushrooms. I won't be on mushrooms, I'll be on residue of mushrooms." Tyson steps back into the ring with caution, his mind heavy with worries about his health, particularly with the significant 31-year age gap separating him from the formidable Paul. As the youngest heavyweight champion in history, Tyson is adamant that his upcoming bout with the social media sensation is not about financial gain. Rather, it's about silencing the relentless competitive spirit that continues to surge within him. He recently told Esquire, "I'm a glory junkie. I love people thinking about me all day. I'd rather live a short life of glory than a long life of obscurity. It's just who I am. This is all I started fighting for, to get all this status. I'm going to be chasing it for the rest of my life. I know that. I'm never going to get what I want because I'm one of those gluttons for pain. I can never get enough." In an electrifying new video, Jake Paul grabs the spotlight by landing a devastating punch on his sparring partner, heightening excitement for his upcoming showdown with Mike Tyson. This footage also marks Paul's debut in the heavyweight division, stepping up from cruiserweight, and highlights his formidable knockout power as a thunderous right hook sends his bigger opponent crashing to the canvas. The YouTuber-turned-boxer is honing his skills to avoid the 58-year-old Tyson, whose formidable knockout power remains as lethal as ever, as he gets ready for the highly anticipated fight. But Paul is sure he can defeat Iron Mike. After dropping his sparring partner, he was heard threatening the former champion with the words, "Don't charge at me, Tyson." Expectations were high that Texas licensing regulators would keep a close eye on Tyson as his fight next month approached. However, World Boxing News reports that Tyson will only be assessed by the regulators on the day of the event. This leaves open the unsettling possibility that the fight could be called off just a day before Iron Mike's eagerly awaited return to the ring. The evaluation could result in the fight being cancelled or downgraded from a professional bout to an exhibition. Despite this, Tyson is confident that the match will go ahead as scheduled, firmly stating that he is prepared to overpower Paul. A legendary figure in boxing, Tyson earned a reputation as one of the sport's fiercest competitors, with a remarkable 24 first-round knockouts during his career, which lasted from 1985 until his first retirement in 2005. Paul wasn't around when Tyson kicked off his legendary reign as champion, and by the time Iron Mike left the ring after his 2005 loss to the underdog Kevin McBride, Paul was only 8. Still, Jake Paul is convinced that Tyson's recent silence in interviews signals a looming showdown between the two next month. When asked at a recent press conference why he's fighting Tyson, Paul replied, "Making history. This is what it's all about for me, man. I'm a kid from Ohio. They'll never give me credit. That's the way it is. If I was walking on water, they would say it's because I couldn't swim. And this is to make history. The people think I'm going to get knocked out by this strong, powerful guy." He added, "All the people in my comments say, look at his power. He's going to get KO'd. This has taken a chance to fight somebody as vicious as Mike can be. You gotta risk it for the biscuit. That's the name of the game." Additionally, former World Cruiserweight Champion Tony Bellew has threatened to eat Jake Paul alive if they engage in combat. Despite worries that Tyson's health would necessitate another cancellation, Jake Paul remains confident, stating, "It's Mike Tyson or nothing," and emphasizing that Tyson is not only healthy, but also flourishing in his training camp. Bellew isn't as confident about Paul's boxing ability, however, saying to Safest Casino sites, "Listen, everyone's got a price, but he would never fight me. I would eat him alive. Just face a real boxer. I'll tell you what, just come over to England, get a license, and try and win an English title. If you can win an English title or the British title, I'll take my hat off to you." Bellew has frequently voiced his criticism of Paul, particularly targeting his choice to step into the ring with Tyson. Although he maintains that he's not seeking a direct clash with Paul, he's made it clear that he wouldn't shy away from a confrontation if the situation proved compelling. In a discussion last September, Bellew confessed, "I've got no real hunger or desire to face Jake Paul if I'm being totally honest. Do I want to? No, not really. But would I? Yes, everyone's got a price. I would, yeah, absolutely. But do I want to? Not really, no." In the lead up to the fight, Tyson's team plans to reassess his training strategy, focusing on striking the perfect balance between rigorous exercise and ample rest to avoid any setbacks. Fans are eagerly watching to see how his conditioning evolves and whether he can sustain his renowned power and stamina when the bell rings.
Day 2, we getting ready for you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So, that's all from today's video. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video. Thanks!